Shout out to Josh Taylor Football for this video. One shout out to Josh Taylor. Go subscribe to his channel. Road to 6K on the way for bro. Road to 5K on this channel. Hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, hit the share button. And comment down below. Do you think the Jaguar wide receiver Christian Kirk is the perfect fit for the Washington Commanders offense going into the 2025 offseason? Comment down below. I'll give you guys why I think he is, if he's released, and maybe a potential contract. Let's talk about it. Welcome back to the PSN Command. That was your boy Tom. Get attack. Back on the video. ADT to glory to God. Without God, I would not be here rapping right now. So I hope God's open doors and pay way for all people in the Lord and pretty much today's video. Here at the Washington Commanders. If I get too far into it, this is the quick verse of the day. John chapter 1, verse 11 says as follows. Dear friend, do not imitate what is evil, but what is good. Anyone who does what is good is from God, but anyone who does what is evil has not seen God. So keep that in mind, man. If you continuously live in the darkness, you haven't seen the Lord, and if you seen the Lord, you will, cut out your darkness. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, let's get right into today's video. Christian Kirk. Very interesting fit here, Washington. Former Arizona Cardinal wide receiver. It's like he's slated to be released by the Jacksonville Jaguars. Nothing imminent yet, but it just seemed like with his cap number being so high, Brian Thomas Jr. has emerged as the team true number one wide receiver. They signed Gabe Davis recently, last offseason. Other guy like Parker Washington, like on the roster. Still got Evan Ingram at tight end. It just seems like there's a lot of weapons in Jacksonville, and just not room for Christian Kirk. Let's look at the full Jaguars wide receiving core before I make a suit. If I make too many assumptions, but it's a lot of wide receivers on this team. It's a lot of them. Like, I don't know what the heck this is. It's too many wide receivers, though. I just don't think Kirk fits in this at all. So you got Josh Reynolds also, Parker Washington, like I stated, Devin Duvernay, so the aforementioned Christian Kirk, Gabe Davis, Brian Thomas Jr. And they still have Travis Etienne at running back and it's just too many guys. Too many weapons on here, and Christian Kirk's contract is absolutely crazy. And I think that's another reason why I've been going to cut him. It just seems like this doesn't make any sense to keep him here and at this cap number. I just don't see it. It's just a crazy cap number. They saved some money, and they need to save this money. It just makes sense. It just makes too much sense for him to. They're looking to trade him at the deadline too. Something else I want to bring up: the Pittsburgh Steelers and Jaguars had a trade agreement for Christian Kirk, and it went sideways because he got hurt. He tore his ACL, or I forgot exactly what happened to Kirk, but I know he had an injury. That was kind of bad. So let's just look at this contract. I'm trying to find it, but every time I try to pull up on Spot Rack, it won't pull up. Here we go. We got it right here now. So got it right here. I'm going to pull it up for you guys, and we're going to talk about it. Shoo. This is why I think he's getting cut. He's at best the number 3 receiver on the team behind Gabe Davis and Brian Thomas. So for a slot receiver only, pretty much a slot guy here, at 28 years of age, His cap hit is $24 million. He's going to earn $16.5 million this year. It's a lot of restructuring involved. That's why his cap number is so much higher than the cash. But it's also come off an injury. So with that being said, he's a collarbone because he broke his collarbone. Okay, that's what that was. I thought it was a knee injury. So it's not his lower extremities. That's fine. Okay, we can rock with that. He'll be fine. He'll be going into his age 29 season at this point when the season starts. His cap hit counts 8.7% of the cap. So he's the third best receiver on the team. His cap number is higher than Brian Thomas and Gabe Davis combined. There's no way he's on this team. There's no way he's on this team next year. There's no way. So, pre-June 1st, the day would have released him, they will save $10.5 million on the cap. If they make it a post-June 1st cut, they will save $16 million. But it won't equate to it until after June 1st. So they can't use that for free agency or even their draft picks. It'll be for next year. You know what I mean? Or moves made during the season. But you won't be making no big money moves that part of the offseason. You know what I mean? Unless it's a big trade or something. But I doubt that. They've made 100 trades. They probably don't have a bunch of draft capital to be doing that with. June 1st trade, if you had the trade form, they would save $10 million. And I doubt a team would trade for him and take up that money now. I think the Steelers are trying to do it because they wanted a guy for 2 years, but now he's approaching his last year of his contract. I doubt anyone's going to take on that on 1 year left on a deal. So I could pretty much eliminate a trade here. When they did a post-June 1st trade, they would say the same amount of money. So no one's getting draft picks for this guy. No one's getting draft picks for him right now. I doubt it. This cap hit's too high. And the Jaguars aren't looking to pay any of the salary. So I doubt anyone's going to trade for him. So no one's trading for him. I think he's getting cut. Now, let's look at his statistics too, because I kind of want to talk about that as well. And why I think he's a good fit as well, because I like what he brings to the table. So, I'm going to exclude this year. He got hurt. So, we're going to exclude this year. We're going to talk about the other seasons he had in his career before this year. Now, he does have a slight injury history. So, let's kind of keep that in mind too. He had the broken collarbone this year that ended his season, this past season, 2024. 2023, he missed 4 games. 5 games. I don't know what that's about, but he missed 5 games. He played all 17 in 2022. He played all 17 in 2021, but he started only 11. He played in 14, started in 10 in 2020. He started in 13, played in 13 in 2019. And he started in 7 and played in 12 in 2018. So that's pretty good history for the most part, except for 2024 with the broken collarbone. But yes, like some hamstring injuries here and there. Sometimes he might sprain an ankle or something. It's minor stuff, but it's stuff that you want to kind of keep in mind, right? He played 79% of snaps in 2018, 79% snaps in 2018, 75% in 2019, 70% approximately in 2020, 76% in 2021, 88% of the snaps in 2022. He had the 1,100 yards. We'll talk about the yards in a second. 65% last season, but this past season, 70% of snaps that he played in those 8 games. But he didn't get a lot of looks. I had him on fantasy, so that's how I know he wouldn't get a lot of looks because Brian Thomas Jr. is that good. And then they had Gabe Davis and They would get other guys more targets than this guy. If I hear like the number 4 guy on the totem pole, because it was Brian Thomas Jr., Evan Ingram, Gabe Davis, then this guy. So keep that in mind. But yeah, 43 receptions for 600 yards in the first year, 590. Then he increased his yards by 100 yards and 25 catches in 2019. So 68 receptions for 709 yards and 3 touchdowns. Touchdowns remained the same. 48 receptions for 621 yards and 6 touchdowns in 2020. Some good numbers. That's not bad. Not bad, right? For a slot guy, not bad. 77 receptions for 982 yards and 5 touchdowns for Christian Kirk in 2021, which led to the big contract extension, the 4 years, $72 million deal with the Jacksonville Jaguars. His first year as a Jag was pretty good. Pretty good numbers. 84 receptions, 1,108 yards, 8 touchdowns. Those are outstanding numbers. Those are really good numbers. Those aren't number one. That's a low-end wide receiver number when it comes to yardage, right? And receptions, that sounds about right for a low-end number 1 wide receiver, depending on the target share. And then you had a 57 reception, 787 yard season, and 3. That's not bad. Not bad numbers. Then he got hurt this year. So 27 receptions for 400 yards, approximately 380 and one touchdown. So down year for him and got hurt. That sucks. I think his value is a little down right now when it comes to contract value. But if he would hit the open market, I do wonder what his market value would be. I would say maybe $10 million a season. Somewhere around there, maybe 2 years, $25 million deal, 12.5, something like that. I don't think that'd be a bad deal. I think it's solid numbers for a solid wide receiver. He's solid. He's not great. But Christian Kirk fits his offense perfectly for 3 reasons. 1, Cliff loves slot receivers. 2, he played with Cliff Kingsbury. And 3, he was very productive. Very productive. He was more productive than Lami Zacchaeus last year, Noah Brown, De'Ami Brown. But both Browns and Alameda, he's better than both of those, all 3 of those guys. And they was playing wide receiver 2 every week, taking turns, doing the musical chairs. So I think this brings you a legit wide receiver 2 for JD5 at a much more lower rate. Then you can bring a guy like Marquise Brown if you like to finish up the receiving core. Now your receiving core is pretty short, given I won't deny that. But you can bring in Noah Brown to be your outside receiver next to Terry still if you like. I'll have to upgrade that. But if they get Christian Kirk, I'm kind of cool with Noah Brown. I'm kind of cool with re-signing Lami Zacchaeus on some very low cap numbers. And then, if you want to bring back De'Ami Brown, fine. I have no problem with that. I mean, you just add Christian Kirk. You can add a tight end too if you want to team up with Ertz and Senate. So I like this. If he's cut, this is my target. This is my number 1 target. T. Higgins is gone. I'll talk about that in another video. He's no longer available. He's going to get tagged by the Bengals. Chris Godwin's come off an injury, and he's going to probably be worth $25 million a season. A little steep for me. Christian Kirk is going to probably be worth $12, $13 million max. I think you can get him for 3 years, 30. That's the perfect deal for Cliff Kingsbury and Adam Peters to make, to go get a guy that he's familiar with, a guy that you know is going to fit this offense, and a guy you know is going to produce when healthy. Only question for Christian Kirk now is health. How's that collarbone? Is it 100%? Are you good to go? Are you good to go for OTAs and camp and all that? Sign me up. Perfect fit. Right here, boom. Like a glove. Like, the Gary Payton, the glove, the sneaker. This is exactly what this kind of fit is. Perfect fit. Perfect fit. No extra room. Just snug, perfect fit. It's like a glove. This is perfect. If he's cut, this is the move. This is the move. If you want to double down, you can get Darius Slayton too. This lets you double down a receiver if you want, or let you double down another position. Like all right, man, look, I want Bobby Wagner and I want Dre Greenlaw. Okay, cool. I got Christian Kirk for this cheap price. I can go get both of these dudes, and now I got a linebacking core of Dre Greenlaw, Bobby Wagner, and Frankie Louisville. Okay, I want a double down receiver. I can go get Darius Slayton. I can go get Marquise Hollywood Brown. Cool. I can still re-sign Noah Brown, and I can still re-sign Alame Zaccheaus. And now I got my full receiving core. This gives you flexibility and gives you the perfect fit for someone that already played this guy's offense and is already produced. I love this move. If it happened, I'll be ecstatic. Now, would I be as ecstatic as a Chris Godwin? No. Excuse me, I'm sorry. But do I believe that Christian Kirk could be a 750-yard receiver in this offense? Yes. That's something we don't have, guys. We don't have a 750-yard receiver in this offense. We don't have that. We got a bunch of 400-yard receivers and one 1,000-yard guy in Terry. We don't have another guy that can get more than 500 yards. I mean, not barely. I mean, like 750, 800, 900 yards. We don't have that here. Christian Kirk has shown that. And you can get him for a discounted price because he's going to still get paid by the Jaguars the dead money that he's owed. So he's not going to demand $20 million in free agency like he did back in 2020. He's not going to demand 17.5, 16.5. You can probably get Christian Kirk for $10 million a season. You can probably get Christian Kirk for $11 million a season. I would dare say you can go to single digits when it comes to millions with Christian Kirk. If you're trying to get friggity and froggy with it, pause. I love this fit, though. I think it's a great fit. What are your thoughts on this one? Do you think Christian Kirk is the perfect fit for this offense because you already played it before? Or do you still prefer Chris Godwin? I still prefer Chris Godwin. But for the price I can get for Kirk, I don't mind telling Chris Godwin, hey, bro, thanks for no thanks. Let me know what you think. Like, comment, subscribe to the channel. Have a good one. Be safe, stay healthy, stay blessed. Or remember, not most athletic or talented in your sport of choice, most professional, off the field, technically sound, putting God first and having good sportsmanship. You will always overcome like a talent, athleticism through hard dedication, man. Protect Fan Show. Always have a good one, guys. I love y'all. I wrote a 5K on the way. Hit that sub button, hit that like button, hit that share button, and have a great one. Comment your thoughts on this video with all the videos I'm dropping. I got a mock off season, the first mock off season for the Washington Commanders next week. And I had a first mock draft for our Washington Commanders as well next week as well. So mock free agency's been dropping. I got other things going on. Content's coming. It's about to be rapid fire. A bunch of content. So enjoy.